what that was like a little like an interview and everything like that about your weight transformation.
Man, in 2018, I had a stroke in my spine. I lost my left leg for 3 days. I had to learn how to walk again, and that's tough. I've lost a ton of weight, pretty much all due to pickleball.
All right, episode 6, Crush Life. Welcome everyone. Hey, today is going to be amazing. I want to introduce everybody to Mac McCune out of Weatherford, Oklahoma. Mac, thanks for your time, buddy.
You bet, man. I'm excited to be here. Excited to tell you guys my story.
Hey, listen, this was a journey that started. It was just a couple months ago with us, and we want to hear your story. And I just want to take a step back and tell the audience about this because you had a nice write up on the internet, which was on the kitchen.
Yeah,
And about your transformation.
Yeah.
And a lot of people saw it. And we saw it like afterward and everything. But just tell me like real quick what that was. That was like a little like an interview and everything like that about your weight transformation.
Man, I've lost a ton of weight. Pretty much all due to pickleball. I do some low carb diet. I try not to eat any carbs or sugars. And I go in and out of ketosis, but most of my success, I'm going to say, is from pickleball. In 22, the beginning of 22, somewhere in there, I had plantar fasciitis really, really bad in my foot. And one of my best friends.
And I had that too, and it's miserable.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Miserable.
One of my best friends that I play with all the time is Dr. Bluth. And I went in and his nurse said, "Have you ever had a shot in your foot?" I said, "No." She said, "I'm just going to tell you now, it's painful." And I said, "Well, Doc and I are pretty close. You know, if you hear somebody screaming, I promise it's not me." And so he gave me a shot in my foot. And that day I weighed 447 pounds. And I decided I wasn't going to have another shot in my foot. We're going to do whatever it takes not to have a 20-penny nail shoved in the heel of my foot again. And so I started really working hard and watching my diet, and we started playing a lot more pickleball. And I am down today. I was 266 pounds today, so I've lost a little over 180 pounds. It's crazy. I'm wearing clothes that I've got some old player
that your kids wear.
Yeah. I mean, I can shop in normal stores for the first time in my life. It's crazy. So it's
unbelievable.
It's a lot of fun.
I remember this. So the article came out. You had mentioned that you reached out to a lot of the big brands and everything like that, and it was just like crickets. There was no responses.
I had, man, not really necessarily the big brands. I was playing at the time, and in the picture that went out on the kitchen, I was playing with the bread and butter filth, and I sent them a message, and I got a thumbs up, yay. And I was like, wow, thanks. 14 million people saw this picture of me holding your paddle, and I get a thumbs up. You guys are cool. So, a couple of days went by, and I had looked at Crush's stuff, and I reached out and said, "Hey, I want to be a part of Team Crush." We're about the same stuff. And then, Rachel checked back and forth with some text here and there, and then Pete and I got on not a Zoom call, but whatever iPhone has, where I talk back and forth live.
FaceTime, yeah.
Yeah, we talked for 2.5 hours that first day. Just
I think it was nonstop.
Yeah, it was cool, and have talked a lot since then. Become friends. So
yeah, you're our buddy in Oklahoma, man. Although I told you I had family there, right?
Yeah.
But you're our buddy over there. And so when we saw your story, I remember like just in the back of my head was kind of like, wow, this guy's story is just like amazing. He's going through all these hardships and all of a sudden triggers something like in his head, like, you know what? I'm going to change. I'm going to change. You start playing pickleball, you lose all this weight, and all of a sudden, like, your life turns upside down.
Yeah,
And if the other guys didn't want to talk to you, I looked at it like, I was like, dude, you need to be on our team. I love this. This is like you're like
right.
a missing link in our family because of this story. And I know you shared, like, what else has it done like this? So pickleball has not only helped you obviously lose weight, but what has it done for, like, not only you physically, but your family, like work, like everything else like that?
Oh yeah, mentally, dude, it's so much help for me. I mean, right now my phone is over here just beeping back and forth because I'm sure it's my buddies going, "Hey, let's go smash some plastic tonight."
Right.
And I'm ready. So, my kids love it. What kid? I'm in Weatherford, Oklahoma. There's 10,000 people in Weatherford, Oklahoma. I know 999 of them. People harass me all the time. Mac, when are you going to run for mayor? Um, we started playing pickleball. I was taking my daughter to a swimming birthday party at the Y, and I walked out because I wasn't going to sit back there in the sauna, and die. And there was people playing pickleball, and this guy was standing there watching them. I said, "Hey man, what is that?" And I grew up playing tennis with my dad. Just kind of an all around athlete. Love to be competitive. And he said, "I think it's pickleball." And I went home that night and got on Amazon and ordered a paddle. And I started going to the Y and playing. And before long, I realized I didn't really fit in out there very well. And so we had 4 permanent courts at the tennis courts at Weatherford, but we had temporary nets. And Weatherford is the windiest city in Oklahoma, so we would have to duct tape the nets to get them to work, yada yada yada. And so I started harassing the mayor. "Hey, I need some nets out here. Let's get some permanent nets." And then he started coming out and playing with us. And one day he came out and there was like 40 people out there waiting to play. And he said, "Mac, you're right. We need to do something." So now we have 10 permanent courts in Weatherford with permanent nets. One of the nicest facilities in the state. And then a bunch of these buddies that I play with all the time said, "Hey, we got to have a party. We got to have a tournament." I said, "Well, I don't want to do the paperwork on all that. We all have full-time jobs." So what we did was we went to the Chamber of Commerce and said, "Hey, let's form a pickleball tournaments committee, and let's go get donations from local businesses, and whatever money we make out of this, let's donate to the local school teachers to make the pickleball guys look good." And so the first year we did it, we had a big, huge success, and we were able to donate over $10,000 to the local school teachers.
That's amazing.
So I've had the community behind me, and just been able to grow pickleball in Weatherford, Oklahoma. And to do that, it was kind of scary because, at first, when you're putting on a tournament and you've got everybody backing you, and then all of a sudden you've got 12 people signed up, it's like, "Oh, what do I do?" And so I just started traveling around playing pickleball. And if you've seen the picture of me before, my beard was.
Yeah, look at the picture. So we have the picture below, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so we have the picture below of where you started. And you're intimidated to go on the court, right? And you're like, "I don't really fit in. I don't really belong." You
Right.
started off, obviously you were embraced to going through this transformation and basically kind of becoming the kind of the mayor of the town.
Yeah, the pickleball dude. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
pickleball dude, like, he's the pickleball dude, knows everybody. And not only that, but also creates like these successful tournaments that, like, you're giving back, which is,
I think that's important, man. I mean, the city did what, they came out and helped me realize this dream of getting
right.
these courts. So why not give back? And we're already planning another one. This time, I think instead of the teachers, we've got a local food resource center. I'd like to give some money to them and give back that way. So that's what I'm about, man. Let's give back to the community. So make the community better.
100%. And so you see the picture down below where you started, right? And
Yeah.
then you see the picture down below with, like, you and your daughter,
Yeah.
like the transformation. And it's almost like do you look at it as you're like, I'm like a different person? you look like a different person.
It's kind of funny. Hogan, this dude behind me, my son, I was at the barbershop with him one day, and I had just shaved my beard. I'd shaved it clean shaven. And a guy that I went to high school with, I eat lunch with a couple times a week, walks in, says hi to Hogan, sits down next to me, kind of gives me a head nod. Had no clue it was even me, and I'd seen him the week before, and it's cool because everywhere that I walk into, everybody's like, whoa, what happened? How did you do that? And it's cool because I did it with pickleball. So
let me ask you, I wanted to ask you a question. So at the end of the day, I want to know, like, if you could tell everybody out there, like, what is it that pickleball has truly done for you? I know you've told us the stories of, the transformation and everything, but if you could go out there, there's people out there that are struggling with the same situations that you did with their weight. There's people, struggling with other things with their relationships, or maybe they lost a job or whatever it is. You all of a sudden flip the switch. What would you tell these people, like, what they need to do to get the ball rolling?
I don't know. To me, it's the only cardio that I can enjoy with a smile on my face, and I don't think about it. Doesn't feel like when I'm out there for 3 hours on the courts, and I'm playing at a higher level now, playing with a bunch of very good players, and my wife makes fun of me because I'll come home and be like, golly, I got 25,000 steps today. And she's like, nah, there's no way. And I'm like, yeah, pickleball does it. And she's gotten into playing pickleball. And but you can kind of see behind me, I'm in my office now, and I'm a competitive person. I love to play golf. My son's name's Hogan, named after Ben Hogan. And Ben Hogan, if you know anything about Ben Hogan, he had a car wreck and he went to war. He came back and he just continued to kick ass. And so I want to be a success story like that. In 2018, I had a stroke in my spine. I lost my left leg for 3 days. I had to learn how to walk again, and that's tough, but it's crazy. Wow.
So do you look back? I see it as like, wow, like you're the guy that was thrown curveballs and challenges, and you were the one that like never gave up.
Man, I just
and like
pushed.
Transformed your life.
Yeah, and now I'm in the best
That's
shape I've ever
unreal.
been in. Like I said, the guy that I play with all the time is my doctor, and all of a sudden I'm no longer even in the diabetic range. My A1C is coming back out of the diabetic range, and it's like, I got a 2XL shirt on. I went from a 6XL shirt to a 2XL. My waist size has gone from a size 56 to a 38. Let's go. I'm ready. I mean, it's all I can think about is playing pickleball. So
I got to tell you something, Mac. You are a light, and that's why we wanted you on the team. You, like I said, you're like a missing link, and you just bring these in, like your stories that are like yours, that that have had challenges that you've overcome, and through pickleball and stuff, and you've transformed not only your life, but everything, your family, your friendships, and the community out there. All I got to tell you is, hey, it's a pleasure. Welcome to Team Crush. This is just awesome to have you, and we appreciate you taking time with us.
Man, I'm glad to be a part of it. I think it's a cool movement. Like I said, I didn't reach out to anyone else. I sent that picture off and wanted some recognition because I really truly liked that other paddle and kind of everything about it. And then I don't know, I just reached out to Crush, and it was like we've talked before, it's a God thing, that we connected. And,
yeah.
I'll tell you right now that that freestyle paddle, that's the paddle for me. So the top forehand front edge on a square paddle, I'm not easy on my paddles. I play a lot, and I'm rough. I mean,
taking a licking.
Yeah, it's doing great, man. rounded shape on the top is just, it's so much more forgiving for me, not beating the edge guard to death. So,
Right.
you know, I'm going to stand behind it and say, hey, that's the paddle for me. So I'm excited. I
Awesome.
feel like I'm with the team I need to be with.
You are. It's a team, man. Mac,
Yeah.
thanks for your time. Welcome to Team Crush. I love your story, and I know that everybody watching is going to love it as well.
Fantastic.
Take care, my friend.
All right. Deuces.